Kia ora te whānau, welcome back to MANAVATION Conversations. Tip number 5 te go mātahi. Yes, we are 41 steps in our journey together of building our cultural confidence by speaking to learn te reo Māori. Now, once again, e hoa mā, we've got another session based on breaking some words down, building our understanding and getting our te reo flying. And this week's session is really focused on the kōrero, ahakoa he iti he paunamu. What that means is, even though it is small, it is precious. Now, if we think about how that relates to te reo Māori, we know that sometimes it's the smallest things that can have the biggest impact. For example, the way we pronounce words and the focus or emphasis we put on particular sounds and or words. So this week we're going to break a bit of a kōrero down that we may have seen around and really break down the understanding and get that reo flying naturally off the tongue and building our confidence while we do it. So let's get into it. Now, this phrase here, whānau, no doubt you would have come across, particularly at conferences, at even your hui, your meetings every day, even online in the Zoom meetings. Usually people use it as a beginning or ending phrase, and it goes a little bit like this. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Now, if we break that down, we can sort of find the understanding of the kaupapa. So, tēnā koutou, we know that koutou means greeting to 3 or more people in front of the speaker. So, greeting. That is repeated. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Then at the end, it goes tēnā koutou, then added the word katoa. And katoa simply means everyone. So, basically what the kōrero is saying is, thank you to everyone of the people that are 3 or more in front of me, either used as an intro or at the ending. Now, there is some fine detail in there that we need to take a bit of a look at. And this is where the secret to finding those small things that are really precious. And it's these things here. Right up the top, whānau, we know that these are called macrons. Otherwise called as pōtai, because they look like hats on top of the letters. But more commonly known as tohu tō. And we've already learned that these tell us that we need to elongate the sound of the vowel. So we would say tēnā, tēnā. Now, even though we know that simple rule, we can sometimes hear this phrase being said like this. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa, or tēnā koutou katoa. What's happened, whānau, is that we all know that feeling. We might be sitting in the room and the opportunity to speak comes around to us and we suddenly feel the need to rush through our kōrero or just get to the end. And you know, that can come down to feeling a little bit uneasy or a little bit anxious about getting up and speaking. But it's the small things that we need to focus on to really just let us settle in the kōrero, because there is always a difference in the way that it's felt. If you look at these 2 examples. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa, or tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Now, you would have already seen in those examples, there was a little bit of a difference. And in the one where we took our time and really focused on the tohu tō, you could feel that there was a sense of mana in the conversation. And you know, that sense of pride, that sense of focus on the kōrero and letting it fly. Whānau, that's the small things in being able to have the biggest impact in ensuring that the people that are listening know that you're giving your best and you're giving everything you've got to be able to pronounce it correctly. And that is the true difference to building our cultural confidence. So if we look at the phrase again, we know, take our time, take a breath, and tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. It's as simple as that, whānau. Kōrero tia kei ngaro, get that reo flying so we never forget it, so it never dies, and let us build our cultural confidence together as a whānau. So I'll see you next week. Get it flying out there, and we'll smash this reo out again. Kia ora rā.